Начнется второй полуфинальный матч у женщин. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the second women's semi-final stage. Поприветствуем полуфиналистов.
So the entry of the women's singles semi-finalists then, second semi-final here in Ekaterinburg. We are at the Palace of Sports, Yuralochka. And the introduction of the players, I'll let the stadium announcer do that.
The second semi-final match is about to begin. Please welcome Chenchen, Italy, China. PAVLOVICH, Belarus.
So Victoria PAVLOVICH, 34 years old now, number 2 seed in this tournament. We've just seen the first seed go through. Victoria will be hoping to keep the Belarusian hopes alive right here. She's up against the number 8 seed and world rank number 50, CHANG. Well, you can never ever guarantee what kind of match you can play against the Chinese players, whichever ranking they have in the world. She's a bit more experienced, is Chenchen, than many of them, and was a runner-up in the doubles earlier this year in Q8. She got to the round of 6. Actually got to the quarterfinals in Dortmund last year. Doesn't have a hugely great record. In fact, goes wide back to 2007 in St. Petersburg in Russia. So that was the Russian Open back in 2007. She was, in fact, the winner then. So the Russian crowd familiar with Chenchen, but PAVLOVICH will be the clear favourite for this, I would imagine. Twin sister Veronica, also a table tennis player for the country. And well, I'm sure that they will all be looking out for another big match here from the Belarusian. Played in the 2008 Olympics and also in the 2012 Olympics, just recently completed, and played against Silva Ryson, who she beat in the previous round. So it's going to be an interesting battle. There's a difference of styles here, perhaps, and I've still got with me Gavin Rumgay, who is a regular tour player and has now swapped his bat or racket, shall we say, for a microphone. Gavin.
The fun, the enjoyment. It's great stuff to be here in Russia, in the GAC Group World Pro Tour. So at the moment we have Victoria PAVLOVICH, and it was fascinating to see her play yesterday. She's a real steely competitor. She has the desire, she doesn't lie down, and so many of her matches she seems to come back. She gets off to that slow start, could be 1 or 2 sets down, and then she comes right back in with that desire. So excellent for the crowd to be involved in a match like this for the defensive skills of the Belarusian player. On the other side we have Chang, who very powerful left-handed player, explosive, using that energy from the legs. So again, it's going to be an interesting matchup when you have attack against defence. When you have someone that's proactive against someone that's reactive, it always makes for a good one, doesn't it, John?
It certainly does, and we've got a lefty against a right side as well, so the lefty being Chang. PAVLOVICH got to the stage by beating Silva Ryson from Germany. I mentioned that earlier. That was a 4-3. It was 11-7 in the 7th. It was a close encounter. Silva Ryson did her best, but ultimately PAVLOVICH, that's the 3rd time they'd met, and she did the business. In the previous round, Jing won. Jing won was her victim, the Belgian one from China, and that was another 4-3. So she's had a few close encounters. A little bit easier in round 1 against Sabatova of Russia. That was a 4-0. So progress there. The last 2 rounds, PAVLOVICH has had to work really hard. Chang had a 4-3 as well against a compatriot, Tu Yuling. That was 4-3. 11-9 rather to Chang at the end. So that was a real nail biter. Other than that, it was 4 4-0 against Troshneva and 4-0 against Ichikawa. Here we go. First point, first game. And real sweeping forehands there from Chang. Immediately, we've seen the intent will be to play a lot on that forehand, I expect. First two serves are good, and 2-0 to Chang. That's a good start for the Chinese girl. First point to Belarus. I'm sure there'll be a big sympathetic applause there.
For Pavlovich, it's going to be a case of can she mix her chop defence, bring a little bit of indecision into Chang's play.
Oh yeah, that's the first time we've seen that inside-out forehand right into the corner. Nice play. The Belarusian flag will be raised if she wins this one, that's for sure. And they can see it, the two big screens at either end of this very nice Palace of Sports stadium. Tempted her again. The loop was no good from below the height of the table.
Difficult to get a read on that one because Pavlovich was actually chopping that ball from underneath the table.
Any power on that. 5-3. Big change of direction. We had a beautiful angle on that one, didn't we? Check it out. Pavlovich again. She got back into the game and then couldn't make the net. Yeah, it is. Her defence is very off-putting to any kind of attacking player, isn't it? It's really frustrating. It's still the Chinese in the lead, 4-6.
This shouldn't come as too much of a surprise though, John, that Pavlovich has this slow start. Seems to enjoy that. Get off to a slower start and then come right back into the match and nick it at the end.
And she's levelled up at 6-all. She'll go take a little towel down as well. Just have a look. We can't look at the serve now because it will be Chang to serve. But when we come back to Pavlovich again, it is quite peculiar, isn't it? We'll maybe compare the services. This is more conventional. Pavlovich will be very upset with that one. She did really well. Her footwork was excellent. She's moving, gliding around the back of the table there, and then missed a fairly simple shot. But she's putting pressure on. It's good to see. 7-6. She likes to mix it up, that's for sure, but a bit bold, that. Right, this service. We'll have some comments from Gavin.
Unlucky there, but Pavlovich using the backhand service. It's something that she likes to use on maybe 90-95% of her serves. That enables her to cover all of the table. And look at her standing in the middle.
It's invariably with the top third of the bat as well, isn't it? As well there. And she has this peculiarity that you mentioned yesterday when we were commentating, that she can twirl the bat, so she plays the reverse side as well in the middle of a rally.
She was lobbing there, but it was just a little bit short, allowing Chang to step in and get all over that ball.
With the result that there's now 3 game points, it's 10-7. Chang in service. And that's it. It's 11-7 in the first, and that is probably, I think, that's a fair reflection of the play.
PAVLOVICH, if she's going to get into this match, she's going to have to get a little bit more backspin on the ball, and that's, like we said before, the twiddling, changing her racket. Will she use the long pimples that she has on the red side of her rubber, or will she change to the black side, which might enable her to get a little bit more heavy chop, which might stop Chang's heavy forehand and fast forehand.
And those of you who are just picking up this game, obviously mentioning the black and the red side of it, the black side is where the serve with the heavy spin would come. So rarely you would see a service on the red side.
Red side has the pimples, and you can only react to what your opponent does. So if Chang is going to loop with lots of topspin to the pimples, it will reverse. It will come back with lots of backspin. It's difficult for some players at local league level to get round, you know, their head round something like that. But at this level, when we have one of the best choppers in the world on display, it really is poetry in motion, John.
So here we go with the second game, and 11-7 in the first of Chang, but it's PAVLOVICH serving. Difficult to control. There's a bit of tentative play from Chang. She's loved too. Again from below the height of the table, trying to disguise the amount of spin on that one. There's offside as well. 1-2.
Power on that ball. That was a good backspin push from Victoria, but just incredible the amount of technical knowledge that the Chinese have to rip through that ball.
Well, there's some good angle play there from both players, and Victoria set it up but then couldn't execute. So 3 points in a row there for Chenchen. 2-3. That really was a cracker. She set her up. It was like fishing, wasn't it? She took the bait, hauled her in beautifully. That was cracking stuff from Chang. 4 in a row. 4-2. And immediately the reaction to being really dominating the last one is to net off and backhand. And that just showed a bit of impetuousness, I think. Chang is absolutely bossing this at the minute. She apologizes for the edge, but it was a cracking series there. 6 in a row now. 2-6, and Victoria is being blown apart in this second game. Started so positively and now struggling. Yeah, and again, 7 in a row got him.
PAVLOVICH finding it difficult. She's trying to resort to the forehand serve as well. You know that she's not feeling comfortable when she does that.
And another edge. 8 points on the trot. That is what you call momentum.
Okay, this set might get away from PAVLOVICH, but it's important to try and build a little bit of, you know, speed at the end of this set.
Well, for the first time, she's been given relief off an error by Chang, but she'll be really pleased with the way she came out of the blocks there. It was love 2, and now it's 8-3.
shows confidence that she's willing to open up on both wings, but she has to be careful. There has to be a full amount of respect going across the net to the Belarusian lady. Again, ranked at number 21 in the world, so very, very strong, Pavlovich. So it's important that you respect that, follow through.
Didier just told me she's up to 19 now, so it's interesting. I see that her highest was 19, okay. I think at that level, though, you're talking about the top 20-ish. That's really stylish, isn't it? That's fantastic. It means that you are being very successful in your career. 34 years old now. It's 8-6 and a big fight back this by Pavlovich. And an even bigger fight back. 8-7 now.
So reminiscent. This is what happens. The Belarusian lady seems to just get her teeth into the match, gets off to that slow start and storms back.
Oh, she's missed it off the net and away. No wonder she's disappointed with that, because that would have levelled things. As it is, it's 9-7. 7-9 with the service. Fascinating battle, this. Oh, yeah.
Very, very difficult. My experience of playing against choppers, when they come in to attack, your mindset is always a little bit slower, so it's tough when a chopper comes in and then...
That was absolutely brilliant from Victoria Pavlovich. She defended brilliantly. No wonder the flag is flying, because that was a star rally for her.
It was a faster chop, the very last one, and then she flew in on that one, all over that like a rash. Very explosive forehand finish off the point, and now it's honours even at 9-all.
It was the footwork there that amazed me, Gavin. Absolutely brilliant, and it's no wonder that we have the Chinese bench just a little bit concerned, a little bit worried. That's great stuff. 9-all. What a game. And that is now 10-9 to the Belarusian. Goodness, what a great game this one. It went from 2-0 to Belarusian to 8-2. And now look at this, 9-10, game point, Victoria Pavlovich. And that's it, it's 11-9, what a turnaround. Well, you picked it, I have to say, we spent together, he said, watch her come back, because that's what she does. It's 1-all in games, and it's a great match.
And we spoke about players reaching the top echelons in sport. When you start to get into the top 20 in any sport, you're a competitor, you're tough to beat. So it's intelligence coming from the Belarusian to work out what's happening and then to be positive, play on her terms. Very, very important. But from the Chinese side, important now that she can look to impose her game, playing to the wide forehand, playing to the wide backhand, making Pavlovich have to move a lot more.
Well, I can tell you now, they'll be watching this in Minsk and really enjoying it. The Russian Open, the Kosovo Russian Open, is certainly alive and well, because if we can get Pavlovich through to a final, it will create huge local interest. And she's done really well to come back. The story of that second game was quite phenomenal. 2-0 was the score in favour of Pavlovich, 8-2 then to CHANG, and then it was a big fight back once again by the Belarusian. It's now third game, and it's CHANG with the serve. Forehand accuracy again. Oh, great backhand to finish from CHANG. But this is delightful play. It is It really is for the purists, isn't it, in terms of understanding the nuances of table tennis. It's fantastic entertainment. 1-1, 1-1. Did she miss that? I think she did.
Little error. Not bad though. Sometimes an error can then work in your favour down the line.
Oh, that was poor from Chang. Set it up absolutely on the plate.
Who said you can't improve at 34 years old? We've seen in the last 12 months, it's an extraordinary balance there of being able to chop and attack. Extraordinary.
And another miss from Chang. She's just drifting a little bit, her concentration, because she doesn't know where the next attack is coming. She's having to think twice. She's thinking twice, where can I put it where I can be most effective, but then, is it going to come back with interest? They're both playing brilliantly at the minute. That's very good.
Can't believe the high percentage of executed forehands from the Belarusian. We expect that obviously from Chang because she's an attacker.
She's tall, she's rangy, she's athletic. There's a certain Mr. Bloody Samsonov that has that kind of stature and physique and talent from Belarus. This is cat and mouse. And I think the mouse was eaten by the cat there.
Into the wide forehand, that's going to be important. When she starts the first forehand a little bit slower and down the middle of the table, then Pavlovich has time to recover and get into the rally.
Oh, it's clever. She's been very successful a couple of times with that shot there.
Clinical on direction again. It's been tough mentally to just stick to one game plan. Don't want to change too much.
5-all. Oh, what a... That forehand has been very, very effective. It's more of a block. There's no action on it, really. Just comes back with just a little bit of a push.
There's a bit of innovation going on from that side as well. Is she going to chop, block, attack? Recurring theme.
Yeah, it is. 6-all. We've got an excited bench, and we've got a lot of excitement in the crowd. I hope you're enjoying this as well. It's Victoria Pavlovich of Belarus against Chenchen of China. Here we go, 6-all in the third. It's tough to keep control when that ball is coming so high to you, but Victoria Pavlovich could not have played that any better. Brilliant stuff.
Huge amount of power and precision. A difficult balance to get both of them right.
Yeah. 6-7. We've got a good match here. We have got a cracking match.
Both players bringing the best out in each other, I think.
Eight points to 6 in the third. Could have been the big point to really break the camel's back of Chang there, but it didn't happen. She's still in with a big chance here. 7-8, 8-7. Twice there, that forehand has let her down.
Some big whooshing attacks there, but just not quite having the perfect direction into the middle to win the point. Credit to Chang.
She shows she's very, very tight, trying to make it. And she's missed another forehand, 3 in a row. That one was a little bit loopier, but it still went long, and it's now 9. Chang 9-8 in the third. Gee, this is a seesaw battle. The wind is blowing one way, and then it blows quite the opposite direction. It's quite amazing. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate for Chang. She kept in the point really well with her backhand, but then a poor forehand, no good.
We see the positiveness coming from the Belarusian, and a little shout there.
That's the 4th shot she's missed. Coming to the net, she's made so many of those, certainly in the second game. Very, very impressive, and that gives her opponent game point. Chenchen has got now 10-9, in fact a 9-10 with the service. And she's missed that one as well, so 11-9, and that's hugely disappointing for Pavlovich. She was in a great position, she wanted to take the lead, she had all sorts of opportunities and she didn't take them, and a smile, a wry smile from the coach tells the story. 2-1 to China, but wow, what a game. That was a cracker, wasn't it?
I don't think Pavlovich could believe how well she was playing at the start of that game. 5 or 6 attacks in a row that went flying onto the table, but when it was the scoreboard pressure, when we got to 6-all, 7-all, 8-all, just tensed up slightly.
She did. She just got that little bit tight, and you could tell, you could feel it. Not just once or twice. She actually made it 4 times. Yeah. Come on, explain to us, what was that elbow you showed me there? We've got Gavin right next to me, actually playing a couple of shots here. What's the problem?
We don't want to look at my technique. However, yeah, it was just, she didn't release the forearm. When you start to play forehands and the elbow doesn't release and the wrist doesn't release, you won't get the spin which would arc the ball down onto the table. That's what happened. That's why the ball went long.
Now you know what you did wrong. She'd be shouting it to Victoria. She's now got the 4th game start. A little bit of patience, she's good at that. Maybe that will be the strategy this game. Again.
It would be very foolish to think that Pavlovich is going to throw the towel in here. She's got the desire, she's the fighter, isn't she?
Oh, there's no question. She's actually playing all round. She's playing better, she's just missing a few. Look at that, what a fantastic pickup. Okay, a bit lucky at the net, but wow, it's an extraordinary backhand, love 3. Got a bit greedy there again. She is mixing it up. All you can say to her is she is actually trying to mix it up, come with some surprise there, and off the first service. Ooh, wow. Tempted into that. In a way, it's almost role reversal, isn't it? Chang is just dropping them short, tempting her, and giving her the opportunity to make the error. Fascinating.
enough in the mind though. Stick to your game plan. Keep going for your shots.
Yeah, she did. This time she tempted it out, and this time it was executed.
A little bit more forceful in the push-push play there as well. That managed to bring about the error from Chang.
She's certainly up for it, is Pavlovich. Bouncing around. You know, you're going to have to look at the percentages, Victoria. You're going to have to look at them.
We look over there and Yevgeny Chenchen in the Belarus corner giving some positive signs. A nice little clap, 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 keeping his player in a positive frame of mind.
How many more times? Is that a timeout? Or is she going to take a foul down? No, she can't do that. So it looks like it is going to be. She just dropped the bat on the table. It's 4-all. She can't take a towel or a timeout at the moment, by the looks of things. Just frustration. Oh yeah, good play from Chang. You've got to hand it to, although we're sort of, I guess, unwittingly, we're probably a little bit bending towards Pavlovich, trying to get a Belarusian in the final rather than an all-Chinese affair. But I have to say that Chang is playing a very, very canny match, I think is the word. Clever stuff. For a natural attacker, she's having to adapt to the game a lot, isn't she?
We're starting to see the craft and the know-how from the Chinese players. They're not one-trick ponies. They can play in all different situations, against chop, against topspin, you know, you name it.
It wasn't a question of blinking first, was it? It was upping the stakes. And a great win there. She had the ace up her sleeve. Great shot.
Swatted away. Explosive. Good to see. And she's won the mental battle. She's missed 3 or 4 of these in that set already.
Oh, that's impossible. Unbelievable get, and it's no wonder that Chang is scratching her head. That was phenomenal. 7-5. Well, she's certainly alive and awake here on this Sunday in Ekaterinburg, the 4th biggest city in Russia. You know, that's been very, very impressive recovery from Pavlovich.
Look at the quality from both women at the moment. When both players play well at the same time, that's when the crowd really appreciate this one.
Broke there, normally tries to keep it under control and coming up with some really sort of defensive play, but that was for broke. She lost it. And another one she lost out. And Chang has changed her approach and she's not being successful. Isn't that interesting?
Looking over at the coach, that's always nervous signs. Looking at the coach, what do I do now?
It's game points. Pavlovich. Yeah, that's good. Had options there, down the middle or out wide, and she chose the out wide one, after looking as if she might dummy it down the middle. But good shot there. She needs a couple more. It's 10-7. Oh, and she knew she'd pushed that one too strongly. Not across the line yet. Pavlovich is in a great position here.
Time to bury her head in the towel, just think a little bit about what's to come. Let's slow the game down.
It is a very, very interesting. It's a game of chess. It's very, very quick chess here going on. Chang will serve 8-10. Yeah, and that's it. It's 11 points to 8 in favour of Victoria Pavlovich. Belarus flag. And the hopes again for the Belarusian. Very, very strong. It's 2-all in games. A very, very impressive performance there. She mixed up the attack with defence very, very nicely and cut out a few of the errors, and with the result that she gets the game. And look at that. Forceful forehand. That's the winning point. Gavin?
Positive body language coming from the Belarusian, and yeah, it was a pleasure to watch that. And I'm sure after the slow start to that set, when there was 5 or 6 chances on the forehand wing that she did miss, it was very good that she could keep mentally positive, and in the second part of that match she was able to execute, so well done. So from the Chinese perspective, it's time to start thinking about playing to the wide forehand again. It's just these subtle changes in tactics that could mean a big change in the outcome.
But do you think that Chang is more successful when she is also playing a little bit of mix-up with defence and attack, or is it just all-out attack now that she should go for? It's a tough one, because she was very successful in the first game and in the third game by playing a mix of them.
She won 1 or 2 points when it was a push-to-push rally, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely attack time. That is scream of frustration. Ow. That will hurt. First point, wanted to make a statement. Chang's made it.
I'm sure a certain young Joanna Parker, the British #1 woman, will be taking a lot from this match as well.
She lost to Pavlovich. Was it silver race? Who did she lose to in the Olympics?
Yeah, it was silver, I think.
She's lively on her feet. She's very mentally alert as well. You can tell opportunities, and that was really, really clever improvisation. The backhand. Didier Leroy looking on there, who's the ITTF supervisor, and he'll be impressed with this. There's a lot of great stuff going on. Good entertainment, excellent toing and froing. A lot of seesawing going on here. 2-all, 2-all.
That's the right play from the Chinese woman, going to the wide forehand but not being able to execute on this occasion. See the change of pace, a big looping ball thrown in from Chen. She's still managing to think very, very clearly.
Cheers, and that is the mix of defence and attack. Brain power here. It's a very, very interesting match. I'm not wishing to court controversy here, but I think this kind of match can only be a women's match. I don't think the men would have the patience to play like this. They would. It's very interesting, fascinating.
Certainly not if Karakasevich was involved.
Well, it's happening for Pavlovich at the moment. She's got a 3-5 service with Chang. A little bit under pressure here, the Chinese girl.
Added to the armoury there was a new service thrown in from Chang. Big topspin, fast kicking serve.
Again, the twiddle of the bat. No, she missed it, but you see the fourth shot there, that she turned it from red to black.
I really hope at home that you get a feel there for the deft touch utilised by both women in that excellent exchange.
She'd made an error there. Great to see you. Welcome. On television. Yeah, that's really great choice.
Exactly like we said before, John, the twiddling of the racket. Red rubber, red rubber, red rubber, and then it finished off with the spinny, black, explosive rubber. Very, very good play.
6-all. Took the net and apologised, but wow. It's explosive stuff. She is a chopper defender. We've seen more attacking shots in this match than I think ever. It's just extraordinary how she's bringing that forehand particularly in. And she's prepared to stick with it, which is so important. Yeah, she missed a few on the forehand before. That's just a frustrating backhand. She would play 99% of those in.
Be interesting to see how many kilometres over a match that Pavlovich covers.
Good go. Oh. You beauty! Goodness me, that was fantastic.
Almost every single shot you can imagine, you know, in the table tennis, you know, textbook there was bluffs, there was high loops, explosive shots, smashes, and finished off with a huge forehand smash loop from Pavlovich.
I think we like that. 8-7. Yeah, good work. Chang had a little smile at the end of the last rally. She couldn't believe that she couldn't win it. On that occasion, she had the last laugh. It's teamed up now at 8-all. How's your Chinese coming on? Fat, fat, you know that in Cantonese? Fat, fat, lucky, lucky? No, okay. 8-all.
Henhao, very good.
Oh, claimed the touch. Touch claimed, I think it was given. Yeah, 9-8 to Chang.
And it's been a recurring theme throughout the whole of this GCA Group World Tour. The sportsmanship is at the highest level, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really impressive. She comes through strongly at the end of this fifth game, and it's now 10-8 in favour of Chang Chenchen. And it's now as expected. The Chinese bench, they always expect victory. They don't accept anything less. It takes a lot of nerve to play like that. Pavlovich, superb. Gavin Rumgay applauding next to me.
It was the change of direction. Normally she attacks cross-court into the Chen backhand. But, well, that's maybe why there's a timeout.
Well, if she's forced a timeout here, it means that they're going to have a little bit of a chat. Chenchen has fought back well. It has to be said, she has played really, really well. I know that we've been highlighting Pavlovich's skills, but Chang is also very much in this. Let's look at this. So this is the advice. Does she want a more urgent approach? Attack? Let's think this, do this. There's so much going on in that little briefing.
Just the Chinese players are so complete. We always speak about good footwork and explosive play. There's so much more that these girls have to offer.
Well, it's do or die time. It's the 5th game. We're in the 2nd semi-final here at the GAC Group 2012 ITDF World Tour. The Kosovo Russian Open here in Ekaterinburg. We're at the Palace of Sports, and that is game point at the moment, although the service will be with Pavlovich, Victoria Pavlovich of Belarus. She's looking to try and save the 5th game. She has not. It's 11 points to 9 in favour of CHANG. That was a very important timeout, and if ever you're going to use your timeout card, that was certainly the perfect time. And yeah, the coach gets a little bit demonstrative as well, and why not? Because she won with a very, yeah, there you go. Just a little look around there at the coach again. I think the coach is very important in the life of Chang Chen.
The coach was very, very animated in that timeout at 10-9 as well. Hand signals, it was do this, do that, and yeah, must have worked.
Hands up the head, think a little bit. But just look how far Pavlovich has had back from the table.
That is a great camera shot there to see, you're 7, 8, 9, 10 meters back from the table, and to play with such accuracy from there.
I thought you were reading the score there for a minute. 7, 9, 9, 8, 9. There you go. It's 3-2 in favour of Chang. Pavlovich will serve in the 6th. Yeah, stepped in, did all the hard work, set it up, opened the door, and then just couldn't step through it. 0-2. This is looking ominous at the moment. Pavlovich is a fighter, but Chang has just got that little edge at the moment. The edge of control. Well, it's interesting. I mean, we've got 8 matches to cover today, Gavin, and we've got these 2 semi-finals in the singles, then we've got a couple of doubles finals. But imagine the next match up on table will be totally different to this one. It's going to be the men's, and we're going to get Su Sin in action. That could be a real big error there for Chang. Every error at this stage is going to be reflected big time.
Just when you think that Pavlovich is going to be packing her bags and going home, suddenly there's another lease of life, a little bit of energy.
Look at the speed again. The 34-year-old legs coming to that table like, well, 10-year-olds. I mean, they were just absolutely full of spring and vitality and dynamism. Excellent play. Great defensive shot. 4 points in a row.
Defensive and very, very accurate. Right to the white line at the back corner. Made it very difficult for Chen to decide to loop or to spin.
Set up that final flourish. But, wow, that's 6 points in a row for Pavlovich, and it's no wonder the crowd are into this. They absolutely love it. I hope you are at home. It's brilliant. And she's missed it. It's 7 in a row. Oh my goodness. Did I say that one miss would be, really reverberating? It's certainly echoing around her head at the moment. Yeah. It's all Victoria Pavlovich.
State of flow, looking very, very good. She's mixing up the defence, but when there's that slightly high ball, she's stepping in, she's keeping her eye on the ball.
9 points without reply. And now 10 without reply. That's quite extraordinary. So, it's 10-2, it's 8 game points. This to put the game into a rubber 7th. And that's it. That is quite extraordinary. I don't know whether we can really comment on that, except to say Victoria Pavlovich was superb. Chang was, to say the least, moderate during that one.
I think when it got to about 8 points to 2, it was mind on the decisive 7th set, I think. Conserve energy levels and think about the big set at 3-all. It's going to be an intriguing one. But it's now very, very important.
That was the shot. Right there, that was an absolute cracker. Love that one. That's the one that basically destroyed her.
To dispatch down the lines as well, very, very difficult. Shorter part of the table to go to, hence making it difficult.
Well, she spoilt the sequence a bit with that, isn't she? Not the 7, 8s or 9s, but 2s. That's quite phenomenal. So a couple of errors early on. Of course, he took a 2-0 lead, and then a couple of errors, and it just shocked her, I think. Right, we've got the 7th game here. This will be the last one, I can guarantee that. This for a place in the final. First point in the 7th game. Gavin.
And rally after rally, we're getting in excess of 10, 15 shot rallies. It's what adds to the atmosphere here in this hall.
Well, she came well, but you have to hand it to Chang. She really put a lot of undercut spin on that one. She knew that Pavlovich was going to chase it down. 1-all. Look at the change of spin, and why? Tell us, Mr. Rungo.
That was a change of spin because Chen had looped the ball up, but without any spin. It came to the pin pole, so then it was very difficult to generate spin.
She's being frustrated out of this match. Pavlovich is perfect. Gee. Well, it's been a fascination from the start. It's still keeping us on the edge of our seats. It's 1-3.
Wide forehand tactic, though, still working right into this 7th set. Important that she may try and follow up, win her 2nd point on service.
Missed it. 3-all.
Pavlovich, the twiddler, again going with the black rubber, then the red rubber. Difficult then to attack when she has to change the racket round before she attacks.
3-all, 3-all, and it literally is anyone's game. Pavlovich being the more spectacular, Chang being a bit more doer, but quite correct in her play. And that is another big point.
As tension builds, we may expect the rallies to shorten slightly.
A couple of really good points on Pavlovich's serve, and that will be a timeout here called by Pavlovich. Well, we certainly will not discount her. Even if she goes 4 or 5 points back, it's still possible that she can come back into this. But this is a great game. They are totally contrasting in character. What do you think he's been saying here now, Ben?
Well, it's the expert eye of Evgeny Chenchen, who's won European medals in team events with Vladimir Samsonov and Vitaly Nekhodovich. So a strong Russian team. So he'll be saying at the moment to try and get a little bit more purchase on these chops so that Chang can't hit right through those balls with her explosive play. So he's very animated there.
It would just be so good for the tournament, to be quite honest. I mean, without showing any favour, really. It would just be so good if Victoria could come through and provide an opposition for the Chinese. We've already got Feng Yalan from China through to the final, and the young supporters here, the young fans, obviously will be looking for a European victory, but hey, it's far from guaranteed here because she's 2 points behind. Chang has the ball, she's got the lead, 5-3 final game. Was hugely frustrating. It was a really good rally set up, and again the door was open. Chang must be doing just a little bit extra on that final shot, otherwise Victoria would be a lot more successful. It's 6-3 after the break. Yeah, well, the apology again because of the net earlier, not that particular shot, but now this is do or die time. Pavlovich needs something inspirational here. 3-7. was brilliant table tennis to that moment. 5 points the difference now, and there is quite a serious face. You can understand it. A great battle.
You can see why the Chinese are so mentally tough. It comes to the big decisive 7th game, and she seems to have upped her level.
But she's relaxed at the same time. That's the interesting thing. Okay, the momentum is broken, but will it be too little too late? It's still a huge challenge here. 8-4.
It would be very, very foolish to rule out Pavlovich. He thrives in these situations.
Going a little bit. 8-5. 2 more points, and there would be some doubt creeping in, but Chang, again, so mentally strong. That is a disappointment. She plays those backhands time and time again. Needs to get it on the table, and that is a huge point. It's 9-5, 5-9 now. And that is a big miss. Oh dear. Well, I fear that that is probably the last straw for Pavlovich. It's now match points, loads of them to Chenchen. I would love her to prove me.
Right to the death. Okay, so 10-5 becomes 10-6. Adding to the tension here in Ekaterinburg.
4 match points. Chenchen, China, for a place in the final here in Russian Open. Surely. Surely. Oh, good effort, but that is it. Chenchen has beaten the Victoria Pavlovich by 4 games to 3. And you can see from the smiles on the bench and in the crowd, the Chinese supporters there, they knew that was a tight one. It was a fantastic match, contrasting styles, but the most important thing, the brain power of Chenchen to think her way through that one was very, very impressive. She will be delighted with that victory, not because of the manner necessarily, but the way in which she fought off a very brave Victoria Pavlovich. 4-3, it was an excellent exhibition of great table tennis.
You could see what that really meant to her, and that's a big, steely performance from the Chinese woman Chang there. Thoroughly deserved. There was a lot of depth touch there as well, a lot of concentration. She didn't hit out at the ball too much, so well done.
Yeah, she definitely thought her way through that. She now thinks she's in the final. Well, she doesn't have to think, it's actually on the cards. Feng Yalan will be her opponent in the final. And you have to say that the way that Feng Yalan played, she will be the favourite there. But that is a great effort because she has beaten the number 2 seed in this tournament then, and very, very well indeed. 4-3 was the final score. In fact, Pavlovich has had 3 4-3 matches in the last three encounters. So great effort. Ultimately, she came up a bit short, but nevertheless, very, very entertaining. And we'll come up next with the men's. It will be the semi-final between Chenchen and who's the opponent there? You might be able to help me here. Tubo, I think. Fangbo. Fangbo, there you go. Sorry, my paper's in a little bit of a mess. Anyway, there's confirmation of the score, 4-3 to the Chinese girl, and she'll be in the final later.